Hi guys, welcome back to another video and to my apartment. Long time no chat. It has been a while between update vlogs. I actually got quite sick after just around the time that I posted my last update. Kind of knocked me out for about 3 weeks, so that was fun. I'm still kind of getting over it, so if I have a bit of a sniffle, if I've got a bit of a pink nose, that is the reason for it. But today I had yet another message asking for some updates. Actually, one moment. Shout out to Willow Blossom 28 on Instagram, who left me a comment saying any more apartment videos on the way, would love to see an update. She wasn't the only person who's contacted me, but she was the most recent person that contacted me asking for an update. So today I'm going to catch you guys up. I'm going to work through my purchase updates in way of practicality. So the most practical thing that I purchased is some new pots and pans. Pretty compact. I picked up the Tefal Ingenio range. This one is not part of it, so I'll just put that to the side. I had been looking at some of the Tefal bits and pieces in store, and I went online and found this range, and it just spoke to me. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, that is awesome. What I love about this is the fact that the handles are removable, which means that it's so much easier to store. I've got so many different sizes here, and usually that would take up multiple large drawers, and instead I'm able to stack everything together. The lids are also great too. They have this butterfly style handle so that they can sit flat as well. Whole bunch of bits and pieces in there. Because the handle is removable, you're able to take a pot, obviously with the handle on to begin with, because this would be hot, but you can take it from the stove, pop it in the oven, remove the handle, and finish off whatever you're cooking. Say it was like a quiche or something like that, in the oven. And then on top of all that, they also have these plastic lids so that if you want to store your leftovers in the pot, you can do that as well. I shall try to demonstrate. Here we have a little button. You can just do that and it opens up. Then you just pop the handle on, one-handed, lift, and I mean, I can't talk about wear and tear or anything like that because I haven't had a chance to use these properly, but as you can see, that was really easy. You can actually have multiple pots on the stove and just have one handle and go from one to the other if you want. I do have 2 handles, and if you wanted more, you can actually buy these separate as well. But overall, I'm really happy with my purchase. It wasn't the sort of least expensive option, but it wasn't the most expensive option, so I think it was a good mid-range kind of option for me. If any of you have tried this range before, let me know. I think it's bigger in the UK. There seem to be more options for stores coming from the UK than there was in Australia in terms of packs of this kind of stuff, but I will pop some links for you guys in the description box if you would like to do a little bit of pots and pans shopping of your own. In the laundry, I've put up some hooks. I love command strips and command hooks, and I'd originally purchased like a little hook thing that was made for broomsticks and mops, and it was an absolute failure. I took that back to Woolies. I'd seen these online, picked them up from Bunnings. They were about $6, about the cheapest that I'd seen them, and they work really well. You can just pop your things in and out, and I like how much more organized that looks. So I have a mop and a broom, and then I just have a command hook for my dustpan, and then because this is thicker, my little like Swiffer mop thing just sits on the ground there. So a little bit of organization for you guys if you were interested. As we move into the living room, I did realize that I have changed up this a little bit. As you can see, I have taken the plastic off that print. I do really like it. I think that's a great buy from Kmart. And I have a new little candle here. This one is from TK Maxx. I love it because it's got the little cactus on the top, and it actually smells delicious as well. And then I've got, I think that's TK Maxx as well, that Good Vibes, and a new little succulent that I was given at a baby shower. Very cute. Love to add more plants to the plant family. And then we move here. And if you've been watching my living room updates, you'll see that there are some definite differences. The first is the coffee table. Now all these pieces have a really rambly story background that I could go on and on and on about, but I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible while also giving you my thoughts and opinions on things. So I had originally planned on having a shorter couch. When I was looking at couches, I'd always thought that the couch would be a little bit shorter, so I would have room on the side here for a side table, and that is why I bought the gold side table that you would have seen from Pottery Barn. That I love, and I still love. I fell in love with that as soon as I saw it. I think I'd originally actually looked at the Martini side tables from West Elm. Love those as well, would still love to get one. But when I ended up with this couch, there really isn't that much room to have a side table comfortably there, and even if I move the couch over, it still doesn't quite work. I'd also originally thought that there would be less space here and wasn't sure whether I'd be able to fit a coffee table, hence the side table option. However, I have now since realized I can fit a coffee table and that would be more practical than the side table option. So I've actually listed the side table for sale. I didn't want to sell it, but just for money reasons and also space reasons, I don't really need to hold on to it. So if it sells, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I've since purchased this lovely coffee table. This is from Zanui. It's listed in a few different places. Temple & Webster, which is an online store in here in Australia, also has it. I found it cheapest on Zanui and then cheaper again on the Zanui eBay storefront. For those of you who are looking to save a few dollars here and there, I definitely recommend checking out eBay. This is not sponsored in any way, none of this video is, but I have found that eBay is a great way to buy things because they have their own discount codes and different things that they run on top of other stores' discounts. And because a lot of big stores have a storefront on eBay, sometimes, like I know at Black Friday last year, Bingley, which is an electronics store here in Australia, was having a sale, and on top of that, eBay was having a 20% off. So it was already discounted via Bingley and then discounted again via eBay, which was awesome. So highly recommend checking out eBay. If you want me to do a video, maybe one day when I get a chance, I'll do a video on all the different things I do to save money, because there are so many different little tips and tricks and websites and things that I use to save any dollar that I can, because every dollar counts, right? Anyway, got this from Zanui on sale via eBay, on sale again. It sadly actually arrived dinted in 2 places, which made me very upset. Long story short, I went back to the Zanui customer service. They were awesome. They offered me a full refund or a rebate, and I managed to negotiate 45% rebate. And I managed to hammer the dents out from the inside just so you can't really tell the difference anymore, rather than returning it completely. It's metal. It's really great because I feel like it's not too precious. I had thought about like a glass top one, because I figured that glass would be quite spacious and airy. I'd looked at different wooden ones, and then in the end, the round shape meant that traffic could still flow around it, and the metal meant that I didn't feel bad about putting my feet up on it. I'm showing only one foot because my other foot has a hole in the toe, which is really gross. Anyway, so that is my new coffee table, and I just rambled on even though I said I wouldn't. The other thing that you might have spotted here is this armchair, and I alluded to wanting an armchair in a video a little while back. It's a lot of fun because it swivels. This one also has a rambly story, which I will try and keep short. Basically, it's from West Elm. It's the Lucas swivel armchair, I believe it's called. I will link the exact, or put the exact details in the description box with everything else for you guys. But This is basically on clearance in Australia. I know there are so many options of this on sale in the US. There's so many different colorways. There's even a leather version, which I would have loved to get my hands on. But in Australia at the moment, you can only get this in 2 colors, a light gray and then this charcoal color. And the charcoal color was on clearance. And I still ummed and ahed about buying it because it was still very, very expensive. And I had previously missed out on 2 items at West Elm that I had wanted. They went on clearance and then went for good. One of them was the original media stand that I had planned on having in this space here. It was from their modern range. Again, still available in the States, but not available in Australia. And the other item was some bedside tables that I had originally thought about having in my bedroom. Again, I think still available in the States, but no longer available in Australia. And having those things in mind, in the back of my head, when I saw this went on clearance, I was just like, I had it in my cart so many times and I ummed and ahed about it for weeks and weeks. And I was like, Rachel, you do not have the money. But at the same time, I kind of slipped and ended up buying it. And that has meant that I've had to do a lot of shuffling with my money. I have had to scrimp for the last few weeks and will continue to having to scrimp for the next few months. And in the end, that's a decision that I have chosen to make. Some people would say that's a waste, and I would totally agree with you. If things like this aren't a priority, then it's not a priority. And for me, I've just decided to make this apartment my priority. It's where all my money's going at the moment. It means that I don't buy makeup, or I don't buy food, I don't buy drinks or coffee out. Not that I ever buy coffee, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a lesson that I'm learning about where your priorities lie. And for me at the moment, this apartment is priority, and I freaking love this chair. So in the end, I'm still paying for it, but I really, really like it. The new cushion that you can see is from West Elm. It was one that I've had not West Elm, sorry, Urban Outfitters. It was one that I had my eye on for a while. I think I showed it in a video as well, and they had a 40% off apartment stuff at one point, and when it was on 40% off, I grabbed it. The good thing about this chair is that it is quite low, which I like because it means that it doesn't really cut off the room. I like the dark because it contrasts well with the light grey. Had I gone the light grey version, it may have been too matchy-matchy, but not matchy enough, if that makes sense at all. And because it swivels, it means that depending on how it's sitting, it sort of sticks out less, which means that I can still sort of walk clearly through this whole space here. So that is the armchair saga. In the end, having the extra seat has been really practical for me, and I've had a few people over and being able to sit in it, and just having that extra seating is great. And I know this is the type of piece that I'll take with me to my next place and my next place and my next place after that, because I flip and love it. Can you tell I have strong feelings for that armchair? Okay, and then the last sort of big difference in here you will see is this bar cart that is probably the newest addition to my apartment. Those of you who've been following me for a very long time would have heard me say in the past that I used to joke and say that you're not a real adult until you have your own place with your own bar cart. And this is actually from Kmart. It's $29. It's not particularly expensive. And I was just talking about it with my mum when we were shopping, and I had returned those bins to Kmart, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it. This is great. It's inexpensive, it's small enough that, and I can use it, I can move it around, so I can have it here. I've had it sort of positioned over here, I could have it against there, I could even have it sort of against here if I needed to. Being that I do not have like a lot of table space and things like that, it would be handy, you know, if I have people over and whatnot. So I bought it. I have stuff on it that I already owned or that was gifted to me, like that little set down here was a gift to my parents for their engagement or their wedding, and we were cleaning out stuff the other day, and Mum gave that to me. Same with this. This was decanter with the shot glasses. I've obviously got nothing in it, but these were like a wedding gift or something to my parents as well, so that's sort of nice to have. These two little bits I picked up on the weekend from TK Maxx. You can see the sticker's still on it because I was just trying to decide what I wanted to do. Cactus I've had for a while, and then I have a bottle of Moe that maybe I'll crack open when I finally officially move in, and just some other things. Obviously still styling this, but I just thought I feel so grown up having my own bar cart, and considering how expensive bar carts can be, this Kmart one is pretty good. I will say that the quality is not the greatest. Putting it together, there were a few sort of little defects. You can see sort of the glass doesn't fit 100% and whatnot. And while I agree you do get what you pay for, usually when you buy things you want it to come defect free. So if you are in Australia and you are looking at this piece, just be wary of that. But overall, I've made it work and I think it's really cute. I've also been stalking Pinterest and Instagram Explore page for how to style a bar cart because I think I could make that really cute, and I think it'd be fun. I've seen some like festive ones where people have done up their bar carts for like Halloween and Christmas, so that's something to look forward to if I can afford to decorate when that time comes. I was just wandering around, but I think that is everything that I have to update you on. My bedroom, as you can see, is still very, very empty. I have been starting to think about it, but because the living room is pretty much done, I still have obviously the media stand to get. As you can see, I'm using my little IKEA poofs, which have come in handy to raise up the TV a little bit. These will stay. They may not stay in this room. They may end up on the balcony or even in my bedroom, but definitely not getting rid of those because I love them. And I have picked out the media stand that I would like. It's from Freedom Furniture, so hopefully at some point when the budget allows, I can pick that up, or I might actually wait to see if they have a sale at some point in the second half of this year. I have also gotten the quote for the famous roller blinds over there. I won't sort of show you the window, but the roller blinds have been half paid for. That was a very, very expensive exercise, and they will go in sometime in September, which will be nice because that will mean that I can finally stay in the apartment overnight. I have had a lot of questions about have I moved in yet, and the answer is no, I haven't. Until those blinds go up, there's really no point in me moving in officially or even staying overnight because I don't feel comfortable not having any kind of window coverings when there's so much glass in the apartment. So at least then that will happen. And then I think the only other thing for this kind of area is I do eventually want to get a seat for here, as well as a lamp. And I was going through the Freedom catalogue, and they have a couple of lamps that are very, very reminiscent of the West Elm ones. See, this is the latest Freedom catalogue to show up on my doorstep, and if we flick through, there's some really nice stuff. But what caught my eye was this. Look at this lamp. Now that is very, very pretty. It is one that I've seen before, probably not to everybody's taste, but here I think it's around, yeah, the $69 mark. And then we have a look on the West Elm website. We have the West Elm version, the sphere and stem lamp, which even on sale is $159, usually $199. And look at that. They're like basically identical, just this base is just not quite as wide. And then if we look at this, there's a floor lamp version, which I really like and think would be great in my living room potentially, rather than the arc lamp that I originally wanted. And look at that. You can see that looks like that quite possibly could be very similar. Need to see these in store, but very promising. So one of them, the floor lamp, might be what I end up putting in that corner over there. We'll see. So still some purchases, but this area is pretty much done. I'm not going to put any other big furniture pieces in there. I still need to stock the cupboards, but other than that, I'm very happy to say that this space is pretty much complete, which is awesome. And then I can concentrate on the bedroom, which is, oh, I've already started trying to make some mood boards and things, and I keep on changing my mind. So I feel like that will be a process, but I will keep you guys updated as we go along. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I've said throughout, check out the description box for links. I still get questions about old bits and pieces that I've showed. Every video that I upload, I'll put links for the stuff that I talk about specifically in that video for the first time. So if this is the first video that you're watching, I'll try and link some of the other videos that I've done in this sort of apartment series. So if you're looking for a specific item and where something's from, check those out, check those description boxes, because I definitely will link everything that I can, where I got it from, and stuff like that, so you guys can purchase yourself as well if you would like to. Other than that, I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're all managing to avoid all the colds that are going around. It is winter here in Australia, so flu season is upon us, and if you've been sick like me, I hope you're feeling better, and otherwise I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys. It is safe to say that I've spent way too much money recently. Oops. This video was supposed to end there, but I had a couple of quick questions for you guys. The first, I'm standing in my very, very empty bedroom. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but I'm thinking about getting one of those mattress in a box type products for the mattress in here. I think I'm getting a king size bed just because I do have the width, even though this room isn't particularly large, and I'd like to upgrade to a king size bed, but I'm really not sure which brand to go with. So if any of you guys have any experience with any of those beds, I know there's like Koala and Simba and so many. Bed in a box I think is actually the name of one of them. So if any of you have any particular reference to one of them, or have tried any of them, can give me a review, yay or nay, particularly in terms of comfort and whether they're really hot or not, because I am quite a hot sleeper, and I know that old-fashioned like latex mattress beds could get quite hot. So if you are a hot sleeper like me, or maybe your partner is a hot sleeper like me, and you can give me any kind of feedback, that would be great. I am also in the market for a television, or I will be, so any references if you've bought a television of late. I'm not going to go the crazy super expensive, but if you've got one that you think is good value for money, a particular brand, feedback on that would be awesome. And I feel like there was one other thing that I wanted to ask. Mattress, television,
12 seconds later.
This is gonna bug me. I can't think, but any bedroom inspiration, Pinterest boards, people that you've seen that you think have amazing style when it comes to bedrooms and you wanna send me their way, please do. Okay, really going now. Bye.